All right. So yeah, that's where we were, right? Dynamic forms. We were in a custom object. You want to go look at that again? You want to try it again?
The dynamic form?
I mean, you know,
Yeah,
what?
I mean, I think we could get to like, I don't know, 12-1.
Say again?
I mean, we could skip to like 12-1 if you want to.
I can't hear you that well. I don't know what's wrong with your microphone, world.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's like it's not that I can't hear you. It's hard to understand what you're saying. Are you wait, are you muted? No, you're not muted, right?
I have that problem in general. People not understanding what I say.
It's the way the volume carries. You might need to get a different microphone. Like seriously, not for nothing. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna jump into creating an object specific quick action. Because that's, dynamic forms are awesome, but they're not. I mean, they could be awesome, but they really I got my vest on because I'm an official. Right there, dynamic forms are great, but they're really an advanced. Now, look, not for nothing for platform app builders. Yes, but I was telling my admin class today that listen, as an admin or a platform app developer or a developer, once you've launched Salesforce, it's your responsibility to watch how people work. Don't listen to what they say about it. That never listen. Here's a rule. Never listen to what people are telling you. Watch how they do what they are complaining about. I don't like the way this works. Show me. Can you make it do this? Show me what you're trying to do. Can't you just do this? Show me first. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me what you're talking about. Show me how you got to the place where you got the question. Show me how you got stuck. Show me where you're stuck. That's why I tell my clients and anybody that's listening, if you want to reach out to me and you want my help, I'm happy to ask a question. Do a Loom video on a free Loom account. Why is that? Because it lasts 5 minutes max. You send me a 50-minute video, I'm going to lose it. I'm not going to watch it. I'll watch 5 minutes. That's it. Show me where your problem is, and I can then show you how to get from where you are to where you want to be. That's the goal, right? So we're going to do this, right? This is perfect. It's a good little exercise, 6-6. We're going to do object-specific quick action. I'm going to move the instructions over so I can still see them. Patrick, your camera's not on. Is there any reason for that? Just I'm just saying, I'm asking. I don't mind. I mean, it's not like I like looking at you. I just like to know you're alive and you're there. But, All right, so
you could probably find a better looking audience, but
no,
you scared them all off.
I did. That's fine. Hey, man, if they can't hang with us, if you can't hang with this kind of training, I don't know what your problem is, but 1 hour at a time, we're trying to feed you. And then all of this stuff is going to go my back end. When you go to salesandtechnology.com or superuseracademy.com, whenever I launch one of them better. So anyway, let me just make sure we're heritable. Right? Hang with us. There we go. All right. So now we're going to create, you saw what we're going to do, right? So we're going to go to the candidate object. I hope I have it in my org. Let's see if we have it. If not, we'll do it somewhere else. I like to use the filter. There's my candidate object. And so when you create, when they talk about quick actions, right? I want to make sure you know what we're talking about. These are quick actions. These are global quick actions. These are object quick actions. Why? Because they're located on the object record page. right? All of these are quick actions. Make sense? That's where they belong. That's where they're at.
There are a lot of questions about quick actions and links and stuff on the test.
Are there? Because you really ought to know what they are, right? So let's go to buttons, links, and quick actions. Or buttons, links, and actions. Any actions, quick. So, there's an action and there's a button or a link, right? So that's the first thing you want to know. It's got a label, it's got a name. Candidates tab, name is tab, right? And so I don't know if I want to go too deep into this. I don't want to lose my credibility by not knowing everything about Salesforce, but come on, man. Let's just follow the instructions. So we're going to create a record. That's the kind of action we want to create. We're going to click on new action, and let's just read the screen and learn from what it's telling us. What are the things I can do? Well, let's just take a look. I can create a record, send an email, log a call, something custom with Visualforce, which is HTML. I can update a record. I can activate a flow or a lightning component. All of those are great. I haven't created any flows in here. We're just going to create a record. Now, what's the target object? Well, in this case, we're going to choose job application. We're going to give it a label, standard label type. No. We're going to give it a label of new job. New job. Right? The name will fill in automatically. And then the text, and you have the exercise, right, Patrick?
No, you would never do anything like that.
You've seen this exercise before, is what I'm saying. All right. So now, by the way, so the application from a candidate record, right? The action to create a job application from a candidate record. Success message. I'm going to put a success message in there. It says, "Woo, job." All right, job application created. I'm going to click save. It didn't say to do that, but I'm doing it anyway. Let's see. All right, this is a feed item. So the feed item fields are defined by the target object's compact layout. So that's the target object is the job application. Perfect. We can go check that out later. So now we can add that field to the position field to the layout. Is that it? All right. Now we're going to set the predefined field values. So here, the field name we want. Oh, we're going to create new. Yeah. So we're going to create stage. We're going to pick stage. We're going to put new. That phone screen new. No formula. Click save. I'm just looking. I'm going to add the action to the candidate page layout, and I'm just looking at the steps. Oh, okay. So now I'm going to go to page layouts. Go to the candidate layout. The instructions were weird, by the way, on the document. I'll show you what I meant. It said, right, we set the predefined field values, select stage, new, save. while viewing the candidate in Object Manager, click page layouts on the left-hand bar. Like, while still viewing candidate. What? That's just like a dumb and like to me, it's a dumb and here's how I evaluate the world. If I don't understand it, it must be dumb. If I didn't understand it, it must be done. If I, anyway. So now under mobile and lightning actions, we want to get to that piece, right? Because we're doing this for lightning. In order to override the predefined, you got to click that little gear. No problem. Now have the new job application. So I'm going to place it after post and file. So file will be highlighted. And then I'm going to click save. Now I'm going to go here. Let me see if I got my recruiting tab. Bam. So I'm going to test it. Candidates. I'm going to create a new candidate. Oh, I don't like this at all. There we go. That's a better list view. All right, so I'm going to create a new candidate. And in this case, it's going to call him Byron Kettle. Click save. I got a new job application. What? Look at that. New job app. Tap dancer. Save. That looked good so far. Save it. Now I should be able to see that job application. There it is, Byron Kettle, candidate 01 for application 01. Oh, wait, let me go back to the other one. Why is my stupid related list like this? This is ugly. There's a job application. Physician tap dancer. Yep, all good. Well, that worked. Did it work for you, Patrick? Did it make sense? So now now that's an object quick action. So object quick actions work basically when you're on the object tab. That's where they live, right? So they live on the records or on the home tab. Now we're going to create a global quick action and a global layout for HR. So awesome. So we want a simple way for HR and recruiters to add new candidates. You need to create a global quick action and a separate global layout to accomplish this. All right, let's give it a shot. We want to create a global quick action to create a candidate record and make it only available to human resources. So record types, page layouts, profiles, all that's going to be involved. The 5 tasks are: create a global quick action to create a new candidate record, create a human resources specific global layout, add the candidate action to the HR layout, add the HR global layout to the custom HR profile, and test it. All right, so let's get on it. So we're going to go to setup, and we got to go home, and here we got to do global actions. So under global actions, we're going to create a new action. We're going to create a record on the candidate object. I'm going to call it all right. I'm not even going to do any of that other stuff. I'm just going to click save. Now I need a form to fill out. So I'm going to create the form. Let's see. First name, last name, phone number, email, education, stupid. All right, education, currently employed, email, years of experience. It's a horrible recruiting app. Current employer. All right, and I'm going to click save. All right, any predefined fields? No. So now I'm going to go back, home, and click my publisher layouts. I'm going to click new. I'm going to base this off the global layout. I'm going to name this one the HR layout. So under my mobile actions, I'm going to open that up. Did I name mine candidate or new candidate? What was I supposed to name it? I was supposed to name it new candidate. All right, well, hang on. All right. Sorry about that. I missed the new. Now my publisher layout, edit that. That's better. Let me override that bad boy. And take my new candidate and put it after post and file. Here's what I'm always confused by. All of these never show up anyway in the right place. Move some actions back to the palette so that the remaining actions are listed. Post, file, new candidate, new task, new content.
Are you supposed to be doing this in Classic or Lightning?
I'm doing it in both because I was doing it in Lightning, but I obviously lost my mind. So let's see. Post file. Did I miss my new candidate? No, it's there. Where is it? Whoops. We got to get rid of some of these anyway, is what it said. Post, file, new candidate, new task, new contact. All right, is that it? Let's see. So let's save that. And now we can assign our publisher layout to the right group of peeps. So we want to select the HR layout to the HR. How am I doing it? Not the recruiter? Come on, not the recruiter? All right. So there we did. So we have so on our global layouts, so we created we created the action button. We added it to a new publisher layout that we created. And then we assigned that new layout to a particular profile. Good. Let's go test it. We're going to log in as Phil Katz. Yay, we got Phil. Look at that. Mo de senor. Come on, Phil. What you doing in the Lightning experience, man? Now we ought to see it in the global actions list for Phil. New candidate. Look at that. First name, last name, phone, email, education, years of experience. Put in test. Boom, like a boss. So yeah, candidates. Candidate number 2. Test candidate. Test. Boom, boom. Like a boss. Any questions on that? Because look, I know action, publisher, and then you got it on the page, and then you got it on the object, and it gets confusing. But what we just did made it really simple, right? We created a global action, we created the fields we wanted to see, we assigned it to a particular user. Because if I try to do it, look, no new candidate in my global actions. Global actions occur on the front end, right, for the user at the global header. So remember, this top part that stays the same is the global header. So anything you do here is over anything you do below the line. Salesforce is top, down, left, right. That's why global search is to find an individual record, a needle in a haystack, whereas list views are designed to find a group of records that meet the criteria for the work you want to do right now. That's it. What is the next? Oh, wow. So now we're in exercise 7. So we're going to move on to the next section, which has record types. Now, for you guys that don't know what record types are that are going on your platform app builder, this is what I would call pretty easy stuff. Now, here's what I don't know. Well, it shouldn't take us that long to do it. All right, it ought to be pretty quick. Let's just not. You want to knock it out? Or should we assume that the folks watching this should know how to do it? What is your opinion, Patrick? Because here's the deal. I don't want to not do it now and go, damn, we need it in our orgs later. What do you think?
I mean, I'm sure we'll need it in the org later if we're really going to do all of these exercises.
All right, let's do it. All right. We'll do what we can. So this is our goal. If you're watching and you're doing it on your own, sans instructions, unless you're a member of our team here at Sales and Technology Consultants, you could fill out an application. Use this form. Should have done all this in my real org, right?
Wish I could be as energetic about this as you.
What do you mean?
I'm not having a very energetic day, so.
Oh, look, I've been goofy all day, actually. Like I've taught all day, and I think I got more sleep last night than I did the night before, but the night before, still not reeling from it. All right, so remember, the only reason to create record types is because you want to assign more than one page layout to the same profile, PLP, or you need different PLV for your PLs. You need different pick list values for your different record types. Oh, I lost my fireflies. I don't need it. Burning up good firefly time. Firefly is my note taker. So when we create record types, the reason for creating record types, let me just show you. The reason for creating record types is you've got more. I have only one page layout. You've got one page layout, and you want to create another one, and you want more than one profile. You want a profile to have more than one page layout. So there's my page layout. All right. So we're going to create a record type first. Hold on. I'm looking to see if we need a different. All right, I guess we're gonna rock with it. Okay, so we're gonna create a technical and a non-technical position record type. So again, and you want to and you want to have different pick list values for and you need different pick list values for different record types. So we're gonna create a new record type. technical position. You want to tell your future self why you're doing this. Nope. How did that come into play? Oh, my page is acting weird now. Are you kidding me? All right. Woo. So we're only going to make this record type of annual. Anyway, we're going to make this record type available. Custom executive, custom HR, custom recruiter, and system admin. Remember, if you're the admin, you can hide stuff from yourself. Don't forget that. And it's when you have more than one. Anyway, we're not worried with that. We're just going to assign the page layout. We only have one page layout. We're going to assign it to all profiles. And then for department, we want to edit the pick list so that no non-technical departments. So like finance is not technical, is it? Huh. You don't think sales is technical? Is there a default? Nope. Oh. We'll go back. So now we need a non-technical record type. You know, you need another one. Make sure you make it active. Make it active. Assign the profiles. Assign the page layout. And edit the pick list value for departments. So another way I look at record types kind of function like a controlling field for your pick list values that override all your pick list fields so that your controlling and dependent pick list fields don't need it. So now we're going to go to the page layout and add that record type field to the palette so that owners can change what type. All right, we'll make it that way. Of record this is. So now we're going to create a new page layout. Here's the exercise. So we're going to add some fields. We need to create a page layout that satisfies both record types. So we might need to add some custom fields to one, but not the other. Blah, 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 blah. So we're going to create a new page. Normally, you would create the page layout before. This is weird. In the admin class, we teach creating the page layouts before the record types. But okay, it goes both ways, so I'm all right with it. They're not dependencies. They're just kind of a, I don't know. It's the flow I'm used to. So we're going to create fields for operating system and programming language. We're going to add those fields to a new page layout for technical positions. And then that shouldn't take us but a couple minutes. And if you're an admin, worth your salt. So let me create those two fields and relationships. Two fields. Let's see. So I'm going to create a multi-select pick list for the operating systems. Because I reckon I'm going to enter the values. That I need. I only need 3. Show. Now remember, I'm putting in a help text because, I'm a good person. All right, so now I set my field level security, so only these profiles will even see this field. And I'm not adding it to the position layout. I'm going to add it to the technical position layout, the one we create next. And the next field we're going to create is programming languages. It's another multi-select pick list. I'm going to enter the values. Enter all the programming languages if you're following along. And you don't have the guide because you're not on my team, or you haven't taken the test, or you haven't taken the class. I would imagine, for me, as I imagine, people that have taken the Platform App Builder class that want to review before they take their test are going to love this. I think they're going to love it. And if they don't, I think they could keep it to themselves. Because I will find you in the real world. I have a special set of skills that I've been trained to use by those guys and some psychos I met when I was with those guys. All right. Click next. Unclick all page layouts. There's only one and hit save. Yeah, this is kind of a backwards way to do it. I mean, I would have my page layouts done first. Then I would create my fields and add it. But, I'm not going to get weird about it. So we're just practicing some things that seem to be useful. I'm going to create a new page layout based upon the position layout. And I'm going to add a stupid section because it said so. For technical skills. And we're going to make it one column because the person who designed this curriculum thought that would be important. All right, so now we're going to add these fields that we created for technical skills onto the page. And then we'll click save. And now we're going to edit our page layout assignments. So I'm going to do custom HR. So custom recruiter should always use the technical position layout. And in order for us to understand that, we should also use the technical position layout. That's what the instructions say. The executive HR. Anybody else? Nope. So the custom recruiter will always use the technical position, just like the admin, so we don't have to log in as one of those guys. We can see it. And then the other two, they'll look at it when they see it on the record type. Does that make sense to why that's the important thing, right? So it's one profile. If we didn't need the record type, you could assign one profile, one page layout, and every other profile something else. But when you've got when you got one profile that needs to see two different page layouts, that's why you need record types. You need the extension of the feature. All right. So let's log in as a user. And Mario Ruiz. Mr. Ruiz is a recruiter. So if we log in as him, no matter what position, he is looking at, technical or non-technical. Tap dancer would be considered a non-technical, although it's very technical. There's my page layout, which looks damn good. But the senior design engineer, which is a technical position, what? Who owns this? I own it. I'm a dick. I'm a jackwagon. Can't do it. Oh, Mario, you loser. All right. But it's the same It's the same page layout for both positions, but this is considered non-technical, I reckon.
It might be because of the permission set. I think we had to create a permission set for
No.
Mario or something for the custom recruiter. But
No, it's ownership. So Mario is not above me. Let me just log out as Mario for a second. I don't know why I had to log him as anyway. I'll tell you why. Let me see. Well, let me see if I got it right because so the tap dancer. I just want to make sure they got the same record type. That's all. I mean, different record types. The reason I don't think it's there because the change owner. I don't know if this is right. Let's just check. So when I go to edit the page, here's what's going to happen. Without me being a dipsy-do. When I click the highlights panel, I got the technical position page layout. And this is the one that definitely, right? So what I don't understand is, all right, let me go. Go here. So now when I go to that page layout, let me just check something real quick. Because I thought the account record type was on the page, not one of the buttons. Yeah, we had record type. I don't know why it's not there. Let it go, man. I'm going to let it ride. Oh, yeah. See, it's not on the page, but I'm on the right page layout. You know? So I don't really, I mean, I get that it put the buttons here, but I'm expecting to see above the owner the page layout. Now, if I take this and make it Mario, and now I log in as Mario. Ooh, work it out. How did he lose his recently viewed list? This is a weird org, by the way. There's just stuff that doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, so it's a technical position. That's great. See my recent records not showing up? Don't know why that is. All right. So they now are records. But I'm looking at them the same no matter what. So They're all the same page layout. That's all that really matters. That's all we're really testing. So there's another exercise here. It's called the work it out, which means you got to go work it out, not me. You want to set up a record type for contacts. So you're going to have standard and B2C contacts. So you're going to have to create 2 record types. Two credit cards, 1 primary. Set the profile. Credit cards only for B2C contacts. So you basically got to hide that on the field, the page layout. So to work this out, you need to create 2 record types for contacts, standard and B2C. The B2C content, you're going to create 2 sets of credit card information. Credit card 1, credit card 2, credit card, sorry. This is my pet peeve in action. Do you know what tells you the credit card type every time you use it? The first digit. Do not put in a pick list for credit card type when the first digit tells you what it is. So a 2-digit month, 4-digit year, and a how would you do the primary credit card? What would be the designator for primary of an individual credit card record? I would say a pick list field that said primary credit card, and then you call this credit card 1 and have another that's credit card 2. And then you have a pick list that says primary credit card and you pick 1 or 2. That's what best I can think of. What do you think?
I would probably either do like a Boolean or a checkbox.
How you do Boolean?
Well, basically a checkbox. Checkbox is a Boolean.
Right, but how do you designate the checkbox with the one specifically? Like, would I just put a checkbox, put credit card 1 in one section and credit card 2 in another? Designate one. I mean, it just seems like you could put a pick list that says, tell me which credit, because each credit card needs a different name, right, as a field. And then I can just put the credit card 1 and credit card 2 as my pick list values. And then that tells me which credit card I should use in any type of automation, right?
I do need to head out soon.
All right. So that was it for Work It Out. We're at an hour. We knocked it out. Creating formula fields is hard because there are formulas involved. Let's just go through what this is, right? So this is all in the admin class stuff. La-di-da-di-da. Here's another one we'll create. Nope, we're just still creating a bunch of custom formula fields that do a bunch of math. Cross-object formulas display data from one object to another. The key word on the test is display, not relate. If it relates, it's got to be lookup. If it displays, it just displays. That means your object is getting the information from another object and stays up to date whenever it changes. And then I'm just going to go through these like this, explain some of this. Because these I don't need to do. I know how to do all these. Roll-up summary fields only exist on a master detail relationship. You can't roll up from a child to a parent unless that child is required, because every time a child record is saved, it looks to update the roll-up summary field if applicable. So that's one key thing. Oh, this one to display images. Oh, I like these. You got to have the image URL. And then you just create the formula to say, if this, then the next, if false, then it's another if statement. If that's false, then it's another if statement. And then if that's false, then you have your final review, and you got to count your little things to make sure it works. You got to count your curves. And then validation rules, you're pretty familiar with validation rules, right? They're just Boolean formulas that if they evaluate to be true, they trigger the action of saving to stop. And conditionally required fields, it means you can't have this without that. Data format, and this is a good one to practice, practicing your data format. I hate this one. We did this one already, didn't we? Somewhere? I remember that one. Somehow, it sucks. That one to create consistency, so it's another one. It's just another example of a field. If you didn't catch that, pause, 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 pause. Here's one to work it out. This one's going to mess you up because you're going to think it's 16 digits for a credit card, but American Express is only 15. All credit cards are 19 digits with their CV code. So remember that.
American Express has 2 different types of CV codes, though. They have a 4-digit on the front and a 3-digit on the back.
Yeah, no, wait, what? I have that. You're right. But the one on the front's the one you need. And I know you got to go. Oh, now we're going to automate with Process Builder. All right. So that's cool. That's easy. Schedule an action. What? Creating a time delay. What you have to remember with scheduled actions, whether it's workflow or process builder, is that the date, it can't be a record that triggers the actions every time it's edited. It's got to be edited and finally meets criteria, or in workflow subsequently meets the criteria, like so it meets it for the first time. Or just when the record's created, because that creates a stake in the ground. So when the record is created, it is a stake in the ground, and when it finally meets the criteria, it's a stake in the ground. You can now schedule actions on top of that. That's just something you need to know. So, yep. Oh, outbound messages. Nice. That's new. I mean, we've had it forever, but I've never used it. You got to have something. That's that external database or something. Look, Patrick, you got to go. Just go.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna go through the stuff that I think is already there so people could see it if they want to do it, but I'm not doing these because I know how to do it. So do you. These are all easy actions, right? All good for you too. So if you're not good for it, just send me an email watching the video. This is you need an endpoint URL. You just tell it to send whatever data. Select the field you want to send and the URL to send it to. And we don't have the right ID to do this one anyway, probably. Yeah. Automation tools, set account rate. Well, that's a couple ways you could do that. Oh, now approval processes may be fun for everybody, but you gotta, they're pretty. You gotta walk and talk and think your way through these. So there's always the rules that your company has. Can Salesforce enforce it? Absolutely. Come on. So you got to have initial submission actions and also entry criteria. You have to have the approval steps and what happens at each step if it's rejected or approved, right? Every person that gets to make a decision says what happens is if the first manager rejects it, does it move to the second? Because they could override their decision or whatever you're right. And then your final approval or rejection actions and then activate the process. That's a fun one. So you have to have your entry criteria. What is this? Why am I looking at it like this? Hang on. So on initial submission, the records are always locked, so nobody can update them. But you can override that by designating whether just you, the admin, can override edit the record while it's in the approval process, or will you let someone else? So the step one, what happens when it's rejected? What happens when it's approved? So record's locked, it's approved, goes to the recruiter, it's approved, looks at the criteria. Does it go to the VP of hiring manager? Yes or no? Otherwise, final approval, position's approved. If it does go to the VP and they reject it, then turns out, looks like any step in the rejection is a final rejection. What happens when that position is rejected? Right? So basically, it goes back to the submitter. And at any point in time, you're saying they can actually recall the record and then update it. So you're releasing the hounds. So it's a 3-step approval. Can't have a unique name, so it does that. Approved by manager of record, approved by recruiter, senior level. All right, and that's a criteria-based step. All right, this makes sense. Easy. It's all easy stuff, admins, platform app builders. Get your admin cert first. I honestly, I wouldn't do this. I don't know if I'd pick an individual, but if that individual leaves and you got to make, It's a hard step to manage. Individual users always freak me out. So this step is when, at any point, what do you do when it's rejected? This is saying perform all rejection actions and all final rejections. So it's really going to final rejection plus any other step rejection actions. Mm. What are we doing now? Add items to items to approve the homepage. Yeah. Edit the page, take the item to approve component. Oh, fun. Now we can auto submit approval process with Process Builder. Okay. All right. That's going to be a tricky one. We'll pick up here because we may need to go in the previous lesson. We created a process. We skipped the process in the previous lesson. So we need to yeah. How do I put a bookmark here? I think that's it. Mm-hmm. All right, that's it for tonight, folks. I hope you had a good time. Remember, support at salesandtechnology.com. Send me an email. We're doing this for 100 days of Trailhead. Plus, I'd like you to subscribe in the link somewhere. Do that. Hit the bell, whatever. I just need 100 people so I can get a better name. Once I got a good name, then, there you go. I can, not have youtube.com/garbledygook. So thanks, everybody, for being here. We're going to end the show. Send me your request of what you want to see. Once I'm done with this, I've still got 60 days left of Trailhead. So we're going to knock it out with your videos you want to see.